Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, Zombo District Parish Development Model Chairperson found dead in her house. Youths in Rhino Camp Refugee Settlement receive information and communication technology skills. And NRM Secretary General calls for calmness over the status of bad roads. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. It's the 30th of October 2023. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. The Territorial Police of Zombo District are investigating an incident of murder where one Fusco Oroma, a female adult aged 37 years of age, Alurbai Tribe, chairperson of Zingili Ward and chairperson of Parish Development Model Sacco Group Zombo District, was murdered by unknown people in Zingili Ward, Paida Town Council, Zombo District. Take a look.
The deceased is a resident of Zingili Cell, Zingili Ward, Paida Town Council, Zombo District, and her body was found this morning at 3 a.m. lying in her own house. Innocent Uting Chinyu, chairperson local council wall, Zingili Cell, Paida Town Council, confirmed about the incidents and said he has reported the matter to Paida Central Police Station. Uting Chinyu expressed worry over the increasing cases of murder by unknown assailants in Zombo District.
And that's how when Miko Gwenamatin, I don't report Manaya. Latimajilo Munga or Mafoska, meeting Latima, Ubedi Banga Zingil Kenny Picard Malach. I have been an angle. Umevuti or the bank chanda. I got made the police in Sabu and Marumia, the main statement. A police were SD, a day, oral for period day, then Mamako and Patopa, Yamegoro, Mafoska. And I tell Mojue, Marmoti Molembe any comblian or Mafoska in Nungo. Como benen tinga ku keni ot banga keni di wok de wok gaji ka bu ko barka di dumping any ot donc police be jibi ni tim ni megi man tim postmortem ni nyang ne ya eto ko kito makani enre man nok ma chuka mio chala javidano mi Zingili Cell fini ni matin.
Pascal Kumakech, area councillor Zingili Ward, described the incident as unfortunate since the deceased was a devoted member of Parish Development Model in his ward. Komakech calls for security personnel to investigate the matter and bring to book the perpetrators.
And this morning around 3 a.m. in the morning, I received a call that one of my residents died by the name of Oroma Foska. And when we came at the scene, we realized that it is true. The body was lying in her bedroom, in her sitting room. And the information we took to the police. And as we talk, we are waiting for the police to come so that they can take the body for postmortem so that we can know what exactly led to her death.
When the matter was reported to Paida Police Station, a team of police officers led by OCCID Zombo District, Pius Masendi, they visited the scene and examined and documented it, recorded relevant statements from witnesses, and restored calmness through community policing. The deceased body was conveyed to Paida Health Center 3, where postmortem will be done in a later time. The deceased body had some bruises on the head. No arrest has been made by press time, and investigations continue into the murder incident under Paida Police Station, CRB 03302023. Members of the public are hereby urged to respect the right to life by not taking it away unlawfully. Meanwhile, on the other side, people should not take law into their hands. Reports from Paida police station indicate that this is the third incident since this month began. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, a number of youths from Rhino Refugee Settlement in Omugo Sub-County got trained on solar and local inverter installation. Farish Majid has more.
In a bid to bridge the gap in the changing technology world, Creative Information Center has trained a group of youths in Rhino Camp Refugee Settlement Center in Omugo Sub-County, Terego District, between the 25th and 26th of October 2023, with skills in inverter and security alarm system installation, among other skills. Out of 20 students from St. Luke Widi Secondary School and some community members, among whom included refugees from South Sudan and host community members, benefited from the 2 days training in local inverter installation and other skills training. Peter Gift, the Refugee Wealth Council 3 of Rhino Camp Refugee Settlement, urged those who got the training to make proper use of the skills attained so as to make a living from.
These projects are to add more value into strengthening our livelihoods. She had already pointed it out. If you're serious, you're going to make money out of this. How do you make money? We have a lot of people who need lights. A lot of lights which are getting false. Solars are getting spoiled. A lot of materials. Some of them have been brought by our partners through the projects or through the work that all of us are doing. But some of them are dumped. Because of lack of what? Skills for maintenance. Now, who are going to be the engineers? Who are going to be those who will maintain this? Who will do the maintenance? It's a team of people who are empowered like you.
Students who received the training had this to say.
With the help of CIC, I've learned many things to make local materials, to make use of local materials. We have learned a lot. I personally have learned how to make the inverters, the local inverters, and I want to speak this out to those ones listening to me, that if you can stand and make this and also get this opportunity, so that we should be creative, it would be better. I would say send this request to schools. If they can make more clubs, it would be better.
It was not a long training. We only had like 2 days for the training, but in those 2 days I learned a lot of things. One of it is I have learned how to manufacture or how to make an inverter using the local material or the available materials or the resources that we have within us. So also the other thing is I have learned how to collect devices and how to join them to produce electricity in our societies. So there's also one thing that I wanted to urge, or I'm urging from maybe the supporters or the NGOs and even UNHCR, if it's possible, let them support this organization CIC such that they look for ways of how to extend this maybe in schools, and there are some other communities that, and even there are very many other students or peoples or youths who have not got this opportunity to at least have time one time to also learn and gain this experience that how I've gained mine today. So I'm very happy, very impressed with all what CIC has brought in place.
I got this opportunity with the CIC to get a training of 2 days on how to make only a local inverter, which is the local inverter which can provide enough power and good resources to the communities. If the CIC can support this knowledge to other girls like me that I have learned, it will be better and it will make the girls have better future. So my request will be that the supporters should encourage CIC to build more and more powerful women and boys.
One of the trainers with Creative Information Center stressed the issue of limited resources which he says stops a number of youths from taking part in the trainings.
It is just on technology, electronics technology, so that we see these youths have access to the digital skills and knowledge. Many will want to learn, but the resources are few. The knowledge, someone to mentor them is not there. So we were like, why can't we just bring it to the community and make sure, because they picked interest in our previous visit to the school, and we were like, why can't we bring it back? So that's why we brought it back and see. And for sure, these guys are learning. The students are very good and they are learning, and we are really grateful.
Training, which was organized by Creative Information Center, was to help the youth in attaining skills so as to make a living from. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. Due to the poor state of road networks in the West Nile region, the Secretary General NRM Party, Right Honorable Richard Togwong, has called for calmness among the people as the government plans to tarmac the roads in phases. Togwong made these remarks during the Alur Kingdom 30th coronation anniversary that took place on the 28th of October 2023 in Parombo Chiefdom. Alfred Jawok has more.
This follows last week's planned demonstrations by some youths in Zombo district over failure of government to fulfill its pledge made by President Museveni during his political campaigns in 2006 and 2011. He applauded the youths for showing their grievances over roads through demonstrations, but called for patience as their pledges will be fulfilled. Tadwong further expressed that the office of NRM has received the messages of poor roads by both political leaders and the community.
Get that feeling, but government works through stages. The first stage was recognizing that these roads must be done. The second stage was to design the roads, to know exactly how much is needed to work on this road. The third stage is to mobilize resources for the work. The fourth stage is to get the people who are going to work on the road. So it's quite a number of stages you have to pass through. It's not that government doesn't work like God, that let there be sun and there was sun, let there be earth and there was. No, there are stages that government follows. So even being youth, by the way, is not a permanent stage. It's a transitional stage. Today you are a youth, tomorrow you are an adult. So you'll see how life goes. Life does not require that you rush certain things. Because especially roads along the borderlines here, these are roads which requires a lot of resources to fix. They are hilly, they are rocky, they are what. So mobilizing these resources is not something small. This is just a matter of which one should you start with first based on the limited resources. And this is the kind of thing that young people should understand. Rationalization of resources and doing the important things first.
During the same event, Ronald Tomwa, chairperson Parombo Town Council, informed the Secretary General that some NLM leaders in Greater Nebi do not give facts about the appalling state of roads to the President.
Honorable Minister, Mauche, one minute Shungu, what representative Dano, the Otadek, the Adul Matonto, and Ayan Mapon, Kitlen, the Sama, Bieru, and Pangudu, for services in Mukere, Ma, County, and Madam Chicken on Gomolen Shalikum Modiakino, then I give you an Ayan Way. Long Shaman and Selake, one way you promise of the Diana Eno, and my kids have a shallow Moeno or Kelebemu, Shaluka or Kelebemu, one and honorable members of parliament, what they get here. Concord Kilashia, Mowish, Oma Dogge, Urenia, Yamente, which you pay Mokudano, Megin.
Meanwhile, His Majesty Philip Raunularker III, the King Alur Kingdom, equally used his powers to request government to fulfill its pledges of tarmacking of roads in Greater Nebi, putting funds to chiefs saving groups, among others.
The message we are taking to the residents is, as always, the people of Alone are peaceful, humble people, but we still have our pledges and our promises to be fulfilled. My chiefs keep asking me when they are coming to meet with the president and for the pledges he made to their circle and the buildings. And the people of Anur as a whole also want to know, I know the Secretary General touched on it, but our main roads still need tarmac. The people of Barongo want to see Darafur, Barongo, Kuching Road worked on. The people of Bokor want to see their road worked on. We don't have many roads, but the ones we have are very important to the livelihoods of the people of the Greater Nebi region.
Last week, the planned demonstrations, dubbed as Zombo Roads Matter by some youths, drew attention of security personnel as they asked government to tarmac Nebi Golipaida Warvura Road, which has been overdue for over periods of time. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
More in our stories, the communities of Odrei village in Biaya Parish in Ajumani Town Council, Ajumani District, reopened the tree planting projects under the Development Response to Displacement Impact Project. Take a look.
The new Deputy Resident City Commissioner for Central Division, Arua City, promised to get rid of corrupt government officials embezzling funds and also gangs groups who are making life unbearable for people in Arua City.
I want to tell you this one very open. Yes. My first 3 months is to clean the town. Whether we are going to cooperate with you, whether we are not going to cooperate, I will exercise my role and the duty to make sure that the town has no time. We don't want kids, we don't want people who are robbing people at night, daytime. That one, I'm also telling you, I trust my competence. I'm going to do it.
Parish Ajumani Town Council in Ajumani.
Sony, CPMC, chairperson CPC,
And more in our stories, Ham Izama Muzamil, the new Deputy Resident City Commissioner for Arua Central Division, has promised to get rid of the corrupt government officials embezzling funds and also the gang groups who are making life unbearable for the people living in Arua City. Take a look.
Central Division, Arua City, which is the regional city of Western Region, has received new RCCs and DPCs amid rising tax, criminality cases, and corruption alleges in the city. Ham Izama Muzamil, the new Deputy Resident City Commissioner for Central Division, Arua City, promised to get rid of corrupt government officials embezzling funds and also gangs groups who are making life unbearable for people in Arua City.
I want to tell you this one very open. My first 3 months is to clean the town. Whether we are going to cooperate with you, whether we are not going to cooperate, I will exercise my role and the duty to make sure that the town has no revenue. We don't want thieves, we don't want people who are robbing people at night, daytime. That one, I'm also telling you, I trust my competence. I'm going to do it. The fourth issue is about corruption. But I was told to come and check. RDC, who is corrupt, will never sit in the office. There's some RDC who were arrested in some districts. So kindly, you allow me to do my work peacefully. If I come to you, I ask you to give me an information if it's not in bad faith.
The Baza Ward Councillor, Honorable Rashid Oshino, who is also the Secretary for Security in Central Division Council, says the incoming RCCs should take the challenges in Arua City as an opportunity in order to transform the city.
My expectation from this incoming RCCs is one, they have already seen how the other RCCs have been working, and they have already seen how the other RCCs have been working, and they have already seen the challenges that the RCCs faced. They have already seen the challenges that the Arua City as the Central Division has been facing. They have already seen all these challenges. My expectations from them is one, to transform these challenges into opportunities, because they now have, like the deputy RCCs has been here for so long. He has been in Arua district, and Arua district sits here. There is a challenge of insecurity. The insecurity is becoming so persistent, is continuing. There is a challenge of corruption. Corruption is too high, very, very high. So these are challenges, and they really know that the transfer of there are some other transfers that are in line of this, and we are expecting them to at least convert these challenges into opportunities. Let them make sure that the insecurity where people are crying so much is reduced. The police barracks, the barracks people want be reinstated, and whatever is doing the town should be organized. People should work in harmony, very peacefully. The street lights should work on, and these are things that we're expecting from them. We're expecting from them to promote urban governance, coordination, community dialogue must be very important. These are things that we're expecting from them. Otherwise we want to welcome them, and we want to wish that they have already seen the challenges of Arua that Arua was facing before, and we expect them to come and convert the challenges into opportunities.
A vendor in Arua City Main Market, Christian Shida, appealed to the security leaders in the city to advocate for establishments of barracks at Korabu in Oli Division, which is one of the notorious locations for gang terrorizing people in the city.
That if there could be a possibility of providing a barracks, putting a barracks in Kirabu, a real big barracks, bigger one, I don't know how it works, it would help us. The poorest that come to the market go home don't have security on these roads. Even you can in your shop places like Arua, it is the whole of this Oli area. Oli area is the worst via that. As if all the children that are produced in those areas don't have parents. As if they are not from any religion. I don't know what is happening. I've come to a point that I don't understand the people that live in that area where they come from. I don't know whether they're independent barracks from this area. Because you cannot be harassing people over what they have sweat for every time. People have lost lives on this road. People have been deformed. There was a woman who was beaten over her own money and broken. Up to now, she doesn't walk well. The hip joints are broken completely. These guys go up the extra of telling you close your shoes. By 8 we have our issues to work on. If you don't close, they even pour cooking oil on some lady around the road right now. Please, arrest. If a budget was allocated for security and it was small, let us improve on it.
The DPC for Central Division, SSP Emmanuel Boambale, affirmed that they are pursuing the gangs group and urges the members of the public to remain humble as he dismisses claims of Arua City being unsafe due to these groups of thieves or gangs. Peace Oshaki, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Good evening, viewers. You are most welcome for today's edition of NILE CAST Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson Pastor. A lot of stories continues to happen in the world of sports. And over the weekend, we had so many games that did transpire in match day 6 of Bet Power FUFA Big League. The biggest of it is all about Ondo Paraka after losing narrowly into the hands of Tigezi Homeboys. Right now, they are resting in the red carpet zone. Briefly taking a look at how the games went, like I've just said, Ondo Paraka we are edged by Tigezi Homeboys, a newly promoted side, by a goal to nil. As we saw, Mbale Heroes, another newly promoted side, as I talk right now, they are resting top 3 after a win over Lugazi. The game ended by 2-1. In more of the results of the games that we have played in FUFA Big League over the weekend, we saw the team of Blacks Power beating Karo Karunzi by 2-1. Still, in more of the results, Chetum, of course, had to share the spoil with Zinzanof United as the game ended in a 1-1 tie, and Young Elephant had to play out a barren draw with China Boys, and match day 6 was actually concluded today with a game between Police FC and Boma. They were away to Boma, and in the process, the unbeaten record of the Corps came to an end as we saw the team of Boma beating Police FC by 2-0. Meanwhile, the game between Calvary and Ndeje University that was supposed to be played over the weekend was postponed. In more of the stories, the FUFA Executive Committee has resolved to suspend all the matches involving Express Football Club with immediate effect. This is after the referee Fahadi Sekaiba was attacked and brutally beaten by a section of fans that are believed to be fans of Express Football Club, following their 1-1 draw with UPDF, which was played on 27th of this particular month, and the year is still 2023. Uganda Football Referee Association announced their decision to withdraw all the match officials involving Express until culprits are brought to the book. Still, in more of the stories in Star Times Uganda Premier League, the top tier of Ugandan football, Arua Hill Sports Club will tomorrow, Tuesday, 31st of October, host Dazi KCA. Currently, the two sides are resting in relegation zone with the Arua Hill Sports Club at number 15th. Meanwhile, the team of Express, they are the rock bottom team, the last team actually, with nothing like a point, which means the two sides, they are yet to get a point. That means in the open 5 games of the new season of Star Times Uganda Premier League, they have not picked a draw, they have not won a game, and they are clashing tomorrow. Let's finalize everything with what transpired transpired over the weekend in match day 10 of English Premier League, the biggest of which was in Manchester Derby, as we saw Manchester City beating Manchester United by 3-1. And on Friday in London Derby, we saw the team of Spurs beating Palace by 2-1. And on Saturday, the early kickoff game was between Chelsea and the team of Brentford, and Chelsea were beaten by 2-0. Meanwhile, Newcastle had to share the spoil with Wolves as the game ended in a 2-2 tie. The biggest scoreline was actually registered by the team of Arsenal over Sheffield United as they beat them by 5-0. And there was a game between Bournemouth and Burnley at Vitality, and Bournemouth did beat Burnley by 2-1. And Fulham, of course, had to share their spoil. Fulham, of course, played a draw with the team of Fulham played a draw. Meanwhile, the game between Aston Villa and Luton, of course, ended by 3-1 in favor of Aston Villa, and Liverpool were 3-0 winners over Nottingham Forest. Briefly highlighting the table standing, the team which is maintaining the log right now is the team of Spurs with 26 points, followed by the Gunners, Arsenal with 24, and Man City sits at number 3 with also 24 points. And the team that completes the top 4 right now in English Premier League is the team of Liverpool. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of Nile Cast Sports News. It has been me, Benson Pastore, in front of the camera. More of it will come tomorrow. Stay next to us, your screen, and follow West Nile TV, as we still have got interesting things coming on your way.
Thank you, Rocco Benson Pastore, for that sports news.